My dear students, good morning and assalamu alaikum. I hope everybody is fine. I'm Abdul Ghaffar Imam. I'm your English teacher. Today, our lesson is right from the verbs. Today, I want to discuss some important rules on right from the verb because right from the verb is one of the most important uh, chapter in your syllabus. So let's start. Here, our first rule is present simple about present simple tense. When do we use present simple tense? Let me explain. We use present simple tense to say something happens all the time. When we say an action always happens, all the time happens, we have to use present simple tense. By using present simple tense, we can express uh, that something happens always, that happened in the past, that happened now, and may happen in future. That is always. So, in other words, let me tell you, when something always happen, like the sun rises in the east, like this is present simple tense because this thing happened in the past, like yesterday, and it today also happened. The sun rises. Tomorrow also definitely sunrise. So that is also called universal truth, scientific truth. When we say something universal truth or scientific truth, we mean that it happens. It happens all the time. This is the reason we use present simple tense to talk the things happen all the time. Have you got it? So let me give you another example. Every day read you read English. So this thing also happen regularly. When something happen regularly and we want to talk about something which we do every day or regularly, we must use present simple tense. I hope you have understood it. If you don't understand, you can ask me question anytime. As it is online class, you can call me. I can explain it in Bangla also if you want. In right from the verbs, there is another important rule. This is one. Can you read it? I think you can read. That is preposition. After preposition, you must use ing. Like there is a preposition for. Okay? After for, if any verb comes, the verb must be gerund. Okay? What does it mean by gerund? Gerund means actually the kind of verb which does work of noun and verb together. If you want to uh, see, you can see this verb gerund. This word gerund takes ing form. So have you understood it? So after preposition, we must write ing form, which we call gerund. Have you got it? If you have any question, just ask me. I will explain it in other words easily. Like there are uh, more preposition, more preposition at, after, in, doing, writing. So you can see at and after also are also preposition. If there happens another verbs after this preposition also, it must be in ing form that I just call gerund. Have you understood? Okay, let's move next. This is have. Do you see have? So I have always told you present perfect tense. is formed by adding have or has plus verb past participle form of verb. But let me tell you another thing. If there is no past participle, there is only have, then what will be the tense? Can you guess it? Do you think this verb, this tense will be present perfect tense? No, no, my student. This is present simple tense, because you have to remember when only have happens in sentence, when only have or has is used in a sentence, the tense in the sentence is not perfect tense. It is only present simple tense, because you have to remember this have is present form of have verb. That is a group called have verb. So it is present form. Okay, sometimes it is used as auxiliary verb, sometimes it is used as main verb. When you do not have any main verb in a sentence after have, then you must remember that have is not auxiliary verb, it is main verb. Okay, here I can give you example. I have a book. I have a book. Here this have is not present perfect tense, it is present simple tense. That's what I want to teach you now. Okay, have you got it? Will I give you more example? You just ask me, I will give you more examples so that you can easily understand. Now another rule, this one. Do you see modal verbs? Can you remember modal verbs? Can you tell me some example of modal verbs? I think you can easily say, like should, can, may, might, must. They are all modal verbs. If after modal verbs, if main verb comes, that main verb must be in present form. Like I'm giving you example. I must help my friend. Can you see? Help. Help. What is help? Help is present form. Okay. Why it is present form after must? Because must is modal verb. After modal verbs, if any main verbs happens, if main verbs is seated, then the main verb will take present form. No ing, no as or yes or anything like ed added. Nothing happens. Just base form. Just verb one. Will you remember it? Okay. Now let's move. To talk about something happening now at the moment of speaking, present continuous tense is used. Like I'm now speaking to you. What do you? I'm speaking to you. What is the tense I have used here? I am speaking. Am plus verb ing form. What is this? It is present continuous tense. Let me show you. Here is the present continuous tense. This one. Am is a plus ing form of verb. This structure is a structure of present continuous tense. Present continuous tense happen if there is at present, now, or at this moment, this kind of word in sentence, then you must use present continuous tense. Have you got it? Okay. Now present perfect. I'm going to talk about present perfect. Okay, how present perfect is formed? How present perfect? What is the structure of present perfect? Can you remember? Let me show you. Have or has. Have or has, then plus past participle form of verb. Okay, look it carefully. I'm zooming so that you can easily understand. Okay, this is the structure. In this way, present perfect tense is formed, my students. You always try to remember it. Now let's move to our discussion. Present perfect, okay? To talk about a time that continues up to now, like something started in the past or started, but it did not stop. It continues until now. Then the tense will be present continuous tense. It's present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Or a work is done, but the result still exists. Okay, consequence still is seen. Some sign of the work is still seen. That means you have to use present perfect tense. Have you got it, my friend, my students? Okay, I think the rules of present perfect tense is clear to you now. So thank you. That is the main important rules which are very important and which are very common to use. And question in the question paper, exercises on this rule are very common and very possible for you to find in question paper. That's why I have just discussed. Now we will practice and exercise on this rule. Okay, thank you. My dear students, here is an exercise for you. Here is an exercise of right from the verb for you. Let's start. Here, bestow. Do you know what is the mean bestow? Bestow means give. Bestow means give or presents or bequeath. Okay, like Allah has given us a lot of things that we can replace. Give that given the word is can be replaced with bestowed. Okay, bestowed means give or give. I'm saying again, give or present. And have is very easy word. I think you know it is. That is now another word is owe. Owe means be obliged or be indebted. Indebted. Okay. If you uh, we are all owes to our parents and teacher. That is, we are obliged. Okay, be grateful, be indebted. Yeah, this is the meanings of owe. Now be means become. I think you know its meaning. And another is belong. Belong means be owner. If a house belongs to you or a book belongs to you, it means that you are the owner of the book. So belong means be owner of something. And another a noble. A noble means uh, ca- have capacity or possess capacity or give capacity to do something. Like Allah, I mean our Creator has enabled us to do many things. That is, our Creator has given us a power to do many things, like study, working, and another word is cause. Cause means let's have something happen, and lose. I think you know this Bengali meaning. And show was also easy word. I'm not explaining it anymore. And be also easy. Okay, just I mentioned. Now we are going to study. We to nature. We to our nature for um, us dash for us with the give lavishly. Let me explain the word lavishly. What is the meaning of lavishly? This means generously, sumptuously, or bountifully. I think generously is very easy word for you. Just remember generously, or you can note down another word that is bountifully. So we um, we owes here will be the here answer will be owes. Okay, I'm just writing the answer here. Owes. we owes that means we are obliged to nature. Nature means environment. I mean, natural nature means also the natural world. Natural world. I mean, so we are obliged or we owes to our nature for dash us uh, with many gifts lavishly. Okay, here what will be the verbs? Can you guess it? Okay, let me tell you. Bestow. Yes, bestow means give. So nature has given us many things. That's why we owe to our nature for giving or bestowing us um, with many gifts generously. That is lavishly. So what will I write? I will write here um, bestowing, bestowing. Okay, bestowing. Now let's move to the next sentence. We dash a large area of land but negligible area of the world of the land that dash to us is very fertile. So here we we here correct answer will be have. Okay, but we must write it in negative because in Bangladesh, that is our country, our Bangladesh, uh, it's not large country. That's why we don't have large area of land. So we have to write here we don't have. So I'm writing the answer. Do not have. Have you got it? Okay. We do not have large area of land, but negligible area of land. Negligible? What is the meaning of negligible? Negligible means very tiny, very small, very small, very tiny. So, and it's so small that it is just unimportant. Okay? So, negligible area. We got very small area. We don't have large area. Our country is not large. It is very small. That's why we have very negligible, very trifling area of land that belong to us. Here we'll write belong. Okay, I'm writing belong. So I told you the meanings of belong. Okay, um, the very tiny area of land that belongs to us. Okay, belongs to us. Belongs to us means we own. We are the owner. We possess very negligible, very small area of land. But our land is very fertile. Okay, fertile means it is very productive. It can produce a lot of crops. That's why it is very productive. It is very fruitful and prolific. We can say prolific. Its synonym is prolific also. So we dash ungrateful to our soil. Ungrateful. Can you say what is the meaning ungrateful? Ungrateful means unthankful. We don't feel when we don't feel gratitude or thankful. That is ungrateful. Okay, to our soil, to our land or country. Okay, soil means our country here, our land. Okay, so we must not or we should not be ungrateful. Here I'm writing the correct answer. Here is should not should not be should not be should not be ungrateful to unthankful to our soil. But our activities, uh, activities um, that we have um, dash ungrateful to our soil. What is the meaning of activity? Activity means actions, the works we do, our daily activities. Our daily activities. Here will be answer show. Okay. Here our activities show that we have been ungrateful to our soils. It means our works exhibit that we are ungrateful, we are not thankful to our soil. So let's write the answer. Add number show. So our activities show that we have been. Okay, been. Here we should write answer been. Okay, let's move. We have been so unthankful to ourselves. So we are continuously dash soil pollution by our unwise activities. Unwise means foolish. We don't have any common sense. Without the works without common sense. So we are constantly means continuously. Continuously, okay? Continuously, we are continuously causing. Here, causing. Let me write. Causing. I've written the answer. We are continuously or constantly. Constantly means continuously without any pause. We are continuously causing soil pollution by our unwise activities. As a result, our fertile land is losing. Here will be answer. Can you say losing? Okay, let me write. Okay, now let's move. Our our land is losing fertility, which says, yeah, what will be the answer here? Dash has to grow crops easily. What will be the answer? Yeah, there is one word left, that is enable. Here we should write enabled. Okay, enabled. So look at the answer. Yeah, let me. I think you have understood. So let me read it for you again. We owe to our nature for bestowing us with her gifts lavishly. We don't have large area of land, but the negligible area of land that belongs to us is very fertile. We should not be ungrateful to our soil, but our activities show that we have been ungrateful to our soil. We are constantly causing soil pollution by our unwise activities. As a result, our fertile land is losing its fertility, which has enabled us to grow crops easily. So, my students, thank you very much for your all the patience to stay with me and be attentive to my class. I think you have uh, learned something. If you continuously practice uh, and reach the rules regularly, I think right from the bar won't be difficult at all for you. Besides, I am always available to help you. If you don't understand anything, just give me a call. I'm always ready to help you because I love my students, I love teaching, It's my profession and passion both. So, my students, that's it for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. Thank you very much. Bye.